Plug this in. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Once again, this is Stephen Ray. Hope everybody is doing well today. It's going to be a scorcher out there today, and we are going to have dangerous, yes, dangerous heat levels across West Alabama. And so I wanted to do a quick little video and show you guys what actually is about to go on here in the next few hours. All right, so as you can see, okay, I just want to make sure that we had the graphic pulled up. Okay, as you can see over here in West Alabama, we do have a excessive heat warning, and this is for the counties over here that border Mississippi. Basically, from Hamilton all the way down to Thomasville in West Alabama. This is the pink shaded area here. This does include places like Hamilton, Carbon Hill, Jasper, Cordova, all of Pickens County, Gordo, Reform, Mantua, Jena, Tuscaloosa, Aliceville, places like Moundville, Greensboro, Utah, Livingston, and places like that for heat indices near 110 degrees this afternoon and this evening, and then across East Alabama, 105 to 108 degrees elsewhere. Now, take extra precaution if working or spending time outdoors. Now, I wanted to, because, it's very rare that we do have heat indices here locally approaching 110 degrees. I wanted to do a quick video and give you guys some tips on how to stay cool if you are working outside. Now, here are the most vulnerable populations due to the heat impacts. If you are pregnant, newborns, children, the elderly, and people with chronic illness. Anybody is at risk for heat and disease, but these groups of people are more vulnerable than most. Age and certain conditions make the body less able to regulate temperature. All right, so never leave anyone alone in a closed car, regardless of how much time it is. Use air conditioned and stay in the shade. Drink plenty of water, even if you're not thirsty, and wear loose fitting, light colored clothing when working outside. Okay, here are some more in depth hot weather safety tips. Like I said, avoid alcohol and caffeine. Drink plenty of water. Stay cool indoors if possible. Limit your outdoor activity. Use sunscreen of SPF 15 or higher. Like I said, wear light colored loose clothing. Check on an older family and friends. Know the signs of different heat illnesses. And once again, a big part of this is never leave kids, elderly adults, or pets in vehicles. Now, here is the thing you can do even more in depth. Conduct outdoor work or exercise either early in the mornings or late in the evenings, and always increase water consumption. Seek accommodations in air conditioned facilities. You also need to wear a wide brimmed hat to prevent sunburn, and especially on your head or upper body. And once again, like I've said multiple times, do not leave anybody unattended in a parked vehicle. Now, if you do get overheated and you do experience heat exhaustion and heat cramps, here is how to treat heat cramps. Get the person to a cooler place and to rest comfortably. Lightly Stretch the affected muscle and gently massage the area and give electrolytes containing fluids like sports drinks, fruit drinks, or milk. Water may also be given, but never salt tablets. So, once again, that is how to treat heat cramps. Now, another issue in the heat is unfortunately heat stroke. And as you can see, here are the signs and how to prevent heat related illnesses. And here are the signs of a heat stroke. I'm not going to go over this, but you can actually see right here where we are talking about the heat stroke issue. Now, here is the difference, and this one is a better representation of the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. And as you can see, the one on the left over here in the orange shaded area, you need to get them to a cooler, air conditioned place, drink water if fully conscious, and take a cool shower or use cold compress to cool the body down. However, if you go over to the right side and you do experience the symptoms of a heat stroke, you immediately call 911 and move them to a cool place until help arrives. So, there are the differences between heat exhaustion and heat stroke in the event of working outdoors in a serious heat wave like we are experiencing right now here in West Alabama and Alabama in general. Now, one last thing I do want to also remind you is protecting your dog's paws and your dog's feet in the event of the dog days of summer, because we are very close to what is called the dog days of summer here in the deep south. Now, this is just an average across the board, and it does not matter where you live in the United States or elsewhere. If the air temperature is 80 degrees, concrete temperatures will be 95 and the asphalt temperatures will be 115. 85 degrees, 105, and 130. 90 degrees, 125 is the concrete temperature, 140 is asphalt, and if your air temperature is 95 degrees, your concrete temperature is going to be 140, and your asphalt temperature is going to be 155. So the best rule if you want to walk your dog or need to walk your dog is basically going to be early in the morning, or I would personally say after 7 or 8 p.m. in the evening after the sun goes down and we start to cool off a little bit. And here is a good tip on how to best protect your dog's paws from getting burned. Use the 7-second rule. Place your hands on the ground surface. If it is too hot for your hand, it is too hot for your dog and your hound. So that is part one of the issues for today. Here is part two. We are going to have a line of severe storms that will move through central Alabama and basically all of Alabama today through 2 p.m. until midnight. And as you can see, the areas in the yellow shaded area, damaging winds upwards of 60 and quarter sized hail, and this does include the Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Gadsden, Anniston areas, along with Demopolis, Selma, Clanton, Alexander City, Auburn, and Montgomery are in the risk for the slight risk of severe storms later this afternoon and this evening. And like I said, damaging winds upwards of 60 to 70 and quarter sized hail. Now, if you are in the Hamilton area, up here towards Phil Campbell or places like that, or if you're down here in Troy or Eufaula in the green areas, the threats mentioned above are less likely but cannot be completely ruled out. And I can almost guarantee you guys that with heat and temperatures above 110 degrees, with air temperatures close to 100, you can almost bet that any thunderstorm that does pop up today will have copious amounts of lightning in it. And I'm talking about we could be having a situation where we do have what we like to call an electrical storm. So make sure, even if you are wondering about the severe weather, you do also need to worry about the potential there for the lightning today here in West Alabama and all of Alabama, because that is the situation that we are going to have. All right, so let me. Okay, so once again, there is your slight risk of severe storms that are basically across the central heart of Alabama. And as you can see, it does stretch all the way from the Mississippi and Louisiana border all the way up into the Carolinas and North Carolina. So this is a pretty big swath of a slight risk today. Now, we did have a couple of storms that did develop earlier across the central portions of Tuscaloosa and move off to the south, but that is not going to be your main event right now. The main event the main issue. We're going to have a little bit more develop later this afternoon across the northern portions of Alabama and shift off towards the south. So I will be here watching things for you guys. As you can see, there is what's left of the storm that developed down here in southern Tuscaloosa County and moved through Moundville about 30 minutes ago. But once again, we do have to watch for the potential of more severe weather and heat later on this afternoon and this evening. Guys, I will be watching things here for you today and make sure that you have multiple ways of receiving warnings, and also make sure that you keep abreast of the latest weather information and stay cool out there. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I will be here watching things here only in the. I'll be watching things for you guys, and we'll have frequent updates as needed.